No, they're not. They're not. They're beautiful. Take care of their rabbit that they bought from the
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ilya Salkind.
Hi, how are you? I'm
Aaron Smolinski.
Three.
The kid that lifted the truck, original baby Clark Kent.
Still.
They do. As a matter of fact, they just called me up to the parking lot. Somebody's stuck.
So, I don't know. Nobody's going to ask any questions from the panel here, or
I don't have a list.
no? So the audience.
Basically, it's an open forum. Any questions you want to ask the guys, feel free.
Yeah.
Stories? Any questions that have been burning since you've seen it? Yes.
I have a question, well, maybe more of a comment. Being a big Superman fan as I am, and looking at the old movie, Superman 1 through 4, Returns.
I only did three.
I know, but
No, I want to point it out. I'm sorry, but I have to.
I guess it's more of a comment. When will they get the movie back to the production that you had it into our generation, where Superman's not go on and off the screen anymore? I mean, everybody has their opinions on Return.
Well, I mean, I thought Returns was a good movie, but the problem is it was very much similar to the first film, really. I mean, Lex Luthor, the land, now it's not land, it's islands of strange things that build up, and also the character was a little bit different. I mean, he was a little too broody. Superman should be kind of an up guy, not like Batman or Spider-Man, which I love too, but I mean, they're more complicated. So how are they going to do it? I don't know. I'm not involved in it, but I really think that they should literally, start from scratch. I mean, forgetting the previous story. They don't need Krypton anymore, but him today. What's he doing today? Because the '78 one was shot in. It was '78. I mean, we took the period of the time.
Can I continue on?
Please.
Okay. What is your feeling on maybe them producing The Death of Superman, which was one of the second most leading comic books of Superman?
Well, that's an interesting question because we did Superman 1, 2, and 3. Then we did also Supergirl. And then we did Superboy. And after Superboy, and after the fourth picture had been done by another company that we had leased the rights for one film, which was Superman 4, Quest for Peace. And sadly enough, it was a pretty not brilliant result, to put it mildly. And nobody was very interested in the franchise anymore. But then Superboy got it back going, and we came up with a script where actually we had Superman die. And as the comic books belonged to Warner Brothers also, they had access to everything we wrote. They actually had to give their okay. It was a very delicate contract with approvals like Superman could not. I mean, the actor couldn't get drunk or driving under the influence or anything not morally proper, and I think was one of the things that we kept always this kind of moral, point of view that Superman is a good guy and doesn't do certain things. And here with Returns, I mean, there are a lot of things that were different. Than that. But you asked me something before that led to that.
Well, I want to continue on this more. For instance, last night I just.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Not that I'm, you know.
Yeah. Well, for instance,
the fact is, no. We had the death of Superman in that Superman 5, which would have been Superman 5, but then the politics between Warner's and DC and the Salkinds were very difficult because it wasn't their idea, and they were releasing the pictures. They weren't Warner Pictures. So it was a very ambivalent situation because studios like to, Warner Brothers presents, Paramount presents, and they don't like it when it's an independent that presents. So they were very happy with the success, but still, after 4, which was not good, and Superboy, which was not done with them, it was done with Viacom, and DC Comics still had something to do with it, of course. They, I would say, made it harder and harder for us to come back to do a 5, which was then called Superman Reborn. And actually, he dies in the script, and is obviously comes back. And 2 years after, they wrote the comic book, which they had the right to because finally we sold them back. I mean, sold them back all the rights, and they got all the rights back. At the end of it in '99, and between that period, they came with the comic book where he died, which was the biggest selling comic book, I think, at that time. It was huge. Please.
For the first film, or actually for the first 3, there wasn't the big merchandising push that you'd expect for a comic book-oriented property. There are no rush of toys other than a few books or publishing items. Was that due to the Warner Salkind?
No. That's very interesting what you're saying because on the contrary, it was really the first time that a major company, because although we had bought the rights for a period of time, I mean for 25 years, with the control of DC in terms of creative, which of course DC belonging to Warner's would do what Warner's would like or not like sometimes. But the fact is that still we really worked very well together in the synergy, and in those days it was really one of the first films with Star Wars who only had merchandising, but we had books, we had tie-ins with Warner Books, we had music with Warner Records, we had posters, and we had the merchandising as well.
I guess as a kid, like the toys, the action figures that Star Wars had, we never had the Chris Reeve Superman.
Yes,
or
we
anything
did.
like
We
that.
did. What happened there was a very delicate contract where any character that was in the film could be merchandisable, but any character that was generic to the comic book was separate. So if they did a little doll of Superman looking like in any of the comic books, we were out of that. But if they took Chris Reeve, then he was getting a part of it, etc. I mean, any actor from the film. And they were done some, but it was really a very ambivalent situation because LCA, which was their company, I don't know if it's
Licensing Corporation of America.
Yeah, they were handling all the merchandising, and of course they were also handling the merchandising for